Nebraska is now the second state with a Libertarian state senator.
The great state of Illinois, where we send our governors to prison.
California, the golden state where the gold was stolen long ago by the socialists in Sacramento.
Greetings from Oklahoma, a state ranking #1 in the incarceration of nonviolent women.
The great state of Nevada, Silver State, the battle-born state, the freest state in the nation. We have prostitution, gambling. We're all going to make this thing happen all across the country.
Come to North Carolina. We assure you we have enough bathrooms for everybody.
The great state of Tennessee, where we recognize that internet polls don't mean jack shit.
In Kentucky, we have an unbridled spirit and more barrels of bourbon than people.
You're supposed to drop the mic after you speak.
Mark Allen Feldman, 1. Gary Johnson, 7. John McAfee, 1. Kevin McCormick, 1. Darrell Perry, 1. Austin Peterson, 12.
2 votes for Gary Johnson and 6 votes for the next president of the United States, Austin Peterson.
We cast 1 vote for Bourbon Supreme.
For Mr. Feldman, 1. Darrell Perry, 2. John McAfee, 4. Austin Peterson, 9. Gary Johnson, 18.
Mark Feldman, 2. Gary Johnson, 3. John McAfee, 1. Kevin McCormick, 1. Austin Peterson, 3.
3 votes for John McAfee and 8 votes for Gary Johnson.
21 votes for John McAfee. 33 votes from Austin Peterson. And 48 votes for the next president of the United States, President Gary Johnson.
Thank you very much. You have no idea how much what just happened means to me. Thank you. It's your hard work. It's every one of your work over the years that has gotten us to this point, and I recognize that. And I will work as hard as I can to represent everybody in this room.
When I first joined the Libertarian Party, 2 things stood out very starkly. 1, 75% of you are men. Number 2, 99.8% of you are white. Shame on you. Shame on you. And then shame on me for never having mentioned it before.
I think that millions of people are going to be trying to understand what it is to be a libertarian, and it is going to be my voice describing that to the best of my ability.
And as a symbol of party unity, I wish to say that Governor Gary Johnson, you have my full support, my respect, and my gun. If you want opportunities, you go run as a Republican or a Democrat. That's not why we're here. We're here because we believe in the principles of liberty.
I cannot be bought, and I will stay and I will fight in this party because I have worked too hard to build it.
If you think he does not understand what freedom is, then you have no idea what it is like to live in this country in a black skin. There is less freedom in that skin even today than the skin that most of you occupy. Shame on you.
But what I say here at this convention is what I say everywhere, wherever I go, and I believe it is a really libertarian message.
Koch brothers told NBC that was just not true, that they're not thinking about funding Governor Johnson.
I am aware that the Koch brothers, through a spokesperson, issued a denial that they had been in talks about fundraising. There are back-channel communications to try and reach out to them. In 1983, they shifted strategies and went to funding the Republican Party in an attempt to fix it. It is not fixable. They have not gotten what they wanted out of it, and honestly, any party that can encompass Donald Trump and Rand Paul stands for nothing. We align better with their values than the Republican Party, where donors collectively threw $166 million into a hole and lit it on fire to try and nominate Jeb Bush. I think, being successful businessmen, that they understand the nature of return on investment, and I think that it's time for them to come home.
What would you say to disaffected Republicans that are now leaving the party?
Well, I think disaffected Republicans are really smaller government, and Bill Weld and myself, proven small government guys. Republicans that served in heavily Democrat states, both of us having gotten reelected, well, how do you do that if you're fiscally conservative? We also care about the social side of life. We also care about people's freedom and liberty and the ability for people to make their own decisions in their own lives, as long as those decisions don't adversely affect others.
About forums, these impromptu media things on CNN.
No, that would be terrific, and yeah, we'll throw those kinds of bombs, but libertarians have been throwing those bombs forever. Well, why it would change this time is really, this is a big alternative, and arguably we're talking about the two most polarizing figures in American politics this is our choice for president. I just find it difficult to be excluded from these polls. And I would just ask all of you to report on that fact. It is a fact. I could see the Presidential Debate Commission in the fall saying, oh look, they just weren't polling that well, when the reality is that we weren't in any polls. I mean, that's the rigged nature of this game. The Presidential Debate Commission is made up of Republicans and Democrats, and believe me, they have no interest whatsoever to see anybody else on stage.